Happy Friday, everybody. We made it to Friday. I finally got up in time this morning, unlike yesterday. I did actually get out the door on time. Actually went and got gas because I needed gas on my way to the volunteer event, and I actually was like 30 minutes early to the area for the, I was doing the Operation Christmas Child volunteer event with my work yesterday, and I actually ran into a Starbucks down the street. So I was able to go into Starbucks, and they have a gluten-free egg and ham biscuit, or it's not a biscuit, but it's something else. But I was able to go in and get that and enjoy myself. I got some water, didn't get coffee, but that was a big treat. You know, yesterday I was really worried about getting my breakfast, so I was able to get that before we did the event, and it was, it's always fantastic if you have a processing center near you where you can volunteer. I highly recommend it. It's really cool to see how all the boxes are processed, and they were actually telling me on the way in yesterday that they're low on volunteers this year, which is really surprising because usually it's really hard to actually get into a session to be able to volunteer. So especially if you guys, I know a lot of you that listen are in the Charlotte area, see if you can sign up, get a group of people. It's really fun to get a group of like 8 or 10 people to go volunteer, and they need people. So check into that if you are looking for something to do around the holidays. I wanted to mention today, this morning, if you guys would pray for, well, 2 things that are kind of on my mind. One is Scott, I don't know if I told you, but Scott broke his arm 2 weeks ago. He was actually on the hoverboard, fell off of it, broke his elbow, and so he is going to the doctor today for follow-up. So if you could lift him up. And then also, I don't know if you guys follow Lisa Turkhurst. She is a ministry leader, author, speaker, and she's here from the Charlotte area, and I've met her a couple times, and I love her ministry, ministers so much to so many women. And she actually just found out that she has breast cancer and is doing the mastectomy this morning, and so they're asking for prayers for that. So if you guys could add that to your prayers for today, I'd appreciate that. But today, this verse, it actually, well, and I mentioned Lisa because the verse that I have actually reminds me of her, and it was a verse I was praying for her today, and I didn't mention on top of her finding out she has breast cancer, she had actually found out that her husband had cheated on her, and she had announced that this summer, and they were going to get a divorce, and now it looks like they're back together. So she has had like a very tumultuous couple years here, and so again, just lift her up in prayer. But the thing that I read, and I thought of her and I was praying for, it's from Psalm 71, and it says, "Though you have made me see troubles, many and bitter, you will restore my life again. From the depths of the earth, you will again bring me up. You will increase my honor and comfort me once again." And I skipped down to 24. It says, "My tongue will tell of your righteous acts all day long." And so just praying that for Lisa, and then I think for all of us, right? Like, I think God has allowed all of us to go through all sorts of troubles, you know, whether it's health issues or losses in our family, or financial troubles or relationship issues, whatever it is, you know, God has allowed us, and sometimes we allow ourselves, you know, we have, you know, bring sin into our lives, and so it's a trouble, and they're many and bitter, but how faithful God is to do what he says. And it says, you will restore me. You will restore me, and you will comfort me once again. And he has definitely done that. And it also says to tell of his righteous acts. David says he's going to tell of his righteous acts. And God has definitely been so gracious in my life. I don't feel like I've been through like any major issues. I don't feel like, you know, it was David where he's, you know, constantly going through something. But, you know, I've definitely been through my fair share of stuff. You know, I just, you know, as I was a young child, God healed me of a hearing problem that I had. You know, when I was 4, I was nearly sexually assaulted, and just God kept me from that. But even the emotional stuff, as an adult dealing with that, he has really comforted me and healed me from a lot of that. The marriage stuff that we have been through, he has totally restored our marriage. And it just continues on a daily basis to be with me and to lead me and guide me. And I know I would love to hear this morning of the ways that God has been, who has seen you through many troubles and has restored you. Just to, I think he tells us to tell of his righteous acts. I would love to hear in the comments, what is an area of your life that God has restored and comforted you? Just to give us a chance, even with each other, to encourage each other, to remind us how God has been faithful to you. I would love to hear. Put it in the comments. Just an area of your life that God has seen you through some sort of trouble and restored you. So I think that's a wonderful way to end out our Friday, our week, to just give God glory for what he's done. So those are some of my thoughts today. I'm just so grateful how God leads us and through everything that we've been through. So I'm just feeling really grateful today. Of course, we are getting in the season of thankfulness with Thanksgiving coming up. I cannot believe it's coming up so soon. Oh my goodness. November's always crazy. So tonight, actually Lexi is having her sleepover with her friends. Her birthday was last Friday, but because she was at the fall retreat with the church, she didn't get to have her birthday party, so her friends are coming over. So I will have, I don't know, 6 or 7, 12, and 13-year-olds over tonight. So that's our big plans for tonight. We're getting family pictures tomorrow. What other plans do we have? We are going over to my mom's tomorrow night to have dinner, and I think that's it. It's going to be I think we'll probably just be recovering from tonight tomorrow, right? Anyway. Okay, so I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope it's so good. I want to say good morning to my grandma. She joined. Christina, you're on this morning. Good morning. And the other thing I wanted to, it was so funny. We were on, I was on the phone with my mom last night, and she was talking about these videos because my grandma was on the phone with her and mentioned something, and my mom was like, I don't know why I don't get notified that you're on, because my mom is never on. It turns out she didn't even like my page. She hadn't even liked it. So she got on and liked the page, and maybe she'll start showing up in the morning. So I don't know. Anyway, hey mom, if you end up watching this. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I know Christina says, what? I know. My mom didn't even like my page. What does that mean? What does that mean when your mom doesn't even like like your page? It was so funny because the Facebook notification after she liked it is, Diana has accepted your request to like your page. So I had requested her to like the page months ago, and she hadn't done it. Really trying not to take it personally, Mom. Anyway, okay, yes, have a great Friday, have a great weekend, guys, and we will see you back on Monday. Bye, guys.